Let me ask you something real quick. What if I told you one of the biggest artists in music history is quietly spiraling? Not because of music, but because of gambling. Yeah, sit with that for a second. Because today we're not talking about charts, Grammys, or hit singles. We're talking about how Drake has allegedly dug himself nearly $800,000 in a debt, and how that decision has triggered one of the most uncomfortable transformations we've ever seen from a rap superstar. And before we go any further, support me by liking this video and subscribing to this channel. But trust me, what you're about to hear explains everything about Drake's current behavior and why his career feels frozen in place. At some point, Drake stopped acting like a musician and started behaving like a full-time streamer. Not an innovator, not a cultural leader, a brand attachment. Instead of studio sessions, album rollouts, or creative risk, we're watching him stand behind a webcam for hours, gambling on stake, joking with streamers, and casually exposing financial stress like it's content. And that's the part that should worry fans the most. Because this doesn't feel strategic. It feels forced. Drake isn't streaming because he loves it. He's streaming because he has to. Let's be honest about what this really is. These gambling streams aren't passion projects. They're contractual obligations. Drake signed a deal with Stake, and those deals don't care about your legacy, your image, or hip-hop culture. They care about conversions, about getting fans to gamble. So now, instead of inspiring listeners, Drake is subtly encouraging his audience, many of them young, to chase losses, spin slots, and normalize addiction. That's not artistry. That's exploitation. And what makes it worse is that we've seen this before. Last year, Christmas season, the infamous stream with Aiden Ross, the lawsuit aftermath, the chaos, the embarrassment, and yet, here we are again. That's the most damning part. Drake had a full year to reset, a year to reflect, rebuild, strategize, drop meaningful music, reclaim control. Instead, he doubled down on the same energy, except now it looks even worse. Because when you hear him speak on stream, there's no hunger, no clarity, just delusion, especially when he starts talking about Spotify, as if the audience hasn't already noticed the suspicious activity surrounding his numbers and his inner circle. People aren't stupid, and pretending there only accelerates the fall. Then came the moment that changed everything. On stream, laughing, joking, trying to play it off, Drake casually admits that he owes someone around $800,000. Not as a metaphor, not as a lyric, as real life. He tries to soften it with humor, but the energy shifts immediately. Because here's the thing. When someone jokes about money they actually have, it sounds playful. When someone jokes about money they don't, it sounds desperate. And suddenly, all the rumors about financial trouble don't feel like rumors anymore. They feel confirmed. This is where Kendrick Lamar's words start hitting differently. The habits, the gluttony, the excess without truth. Drake's lifestyle isn't just entertainment, it's a pattern. Casinos, streamers, party cities, acting half his age, repeating cycles. And when you zoom out, it becomes clear. This isn't content. This is who he is right now. And that's terrifying for someone whose career depends on cultural relevance. Here's the biggest issue of all. Drake isn't focused on music. Not really. While fans wait for meaningful releases, while his collaborators struggle, while songs quietly flop, Drake is more concerned with gambling outcomes, streaming engagement, avoiding accountability. Think about it. He has a new song out, a major collaborator, a moment to shift momentum. And instead of pushing it, he's live streaming slot machines. That tells you everything. Now let's talk about Iceman. This album isn't just another release. It's a lifeline. Drake knows it. The industry knows it. Fans feel it. Because if Iceman fails, there is no safety net. This isn't a Frank Ocean wait. This isn't a mysterious artistic silence. This is delay fueled by uncertainty. And the longer it drags on, the weaker the hype becomes. Momentum doesn't pause. It disappears. Enter DJ Academics, working overtime to explain away the collapse. His argument? That the Drake versus Kendrick battle broke hip-hop and made everything harder. But here's the problem with that logic. Artists aligned with Kendrick are thriving. Tours are selling. Projects are landing. Cultural moments are happening. Meanwhile, Drake's side? Flopping albums. Forced rollouts. Questionable numbers. Defensive narratives. That's not coincidence. That's leadership failure. Love him or hate him, Drake was the engine. He made mid-song succeed. He made weak rollouts survive. He propped up entire careers. But now, he's gone. Mentally, creatively, culturally. And without him holding the machine together, everything underneath starts collapsing. That's the real impact of his absence. This moment matters more than people realize. Because Drake isn't just fighting for relevance. He's fighting for control. If Iceman flops, his influence shrinks. His allies suffer. His era officially ends. And based on his current energy, distracted, unfocused, disengaged, the signs are not good. This doesn't look like a comeback. It looks like avoidance. So here we are. Drake owes money. Drake is gambling publicly. Drake is streaming instead of creating. Drake is teasing an album he can't afford to fail. The question isn't if Iceman drops. The question is, will it save him or bury him? Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Drake still has a real comeback in him? Is Iceman his redemption or his final chapter? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Remember to like this video and subscribe to this channel if you haven't.